any more than you can think negatively with positive feelings. Therefore, your first two lessons of creative psycho-cybernetics are, one, that you have a self-image and that you can improve it. The second step or lesson is that you have a self-servo mechanism or success mechanism that steers your mind to a productive goal, which is what psycho-cybernetics really is. Your third important lesson teaches you that you can use your imagination either constructively or destructively.
How can a person make his imagination either positive or negative?
Well, because you are the product of your imagination, win, lose, or draw. If a boy at school thinks he's stupid because he was told he was stupid, he will act and prove to the world that he is stupid. If a salesman who has failed in one undertaking feels that he's a failure, he will always act as a failure to prove to the world he's a failure. When people who are in a habit of shortchanging themselves realize the potential within them, that they can rise to their full stature of self-respect as somebody, the results are fantastic. They realize that they're better than what they think they are through psycho-cybernetics. The whole secret of reaching self-fulfillment and self-respect and success as a human being by remembering, and remembering only this, that is the opinion of yourself that counts. If you think well of yourself because of some accomplishment and have that confidence which brings a smile to your self-image, you will succeed. On the other hand, if you think in negative terms because of some frustration, believing that you are a failure because of that one error, you will fail unless you change your self-image like Anna did.
Can a person do this by themselves, or do they need some sort of help?
They can do that absolutely by themselves if they realize that most people shortchange themselves. They think because they fail, they're a failure. A mistake doesn't make a failure. The business of living is to rise above a mistake. That's what success is, not just being successful. The whole business of success is the capacity to rise above a blunder, a failure. And that's how you do it, by using your imagination constructively. The fourth lesson of psycho-cybernetics teaches you not only to think creatively, but act creatively. You learn to reach your goal by exercising your servo mechanism, your success mechanism, refusing to be sidetracked by negative feelings. You learn to do one thing at a time. You learn to live in the present. The past is forgotten, lost in the tomb of time. If a situation in the present defies solution, you sleep on it, not with it. And in that way, you permit your success mechanism to work subconsciously while you sleep.
Will this work on everyone?
It'll work on anyone who has negative feelings. And all of us at some time have negative feelings. But I'd like to stress one point. When I talk about frustration, I don't mean frustration during a day. Everyone has that. What I'm talking specifically about is chronic frustration, the problems of yesterday that you continually bring in to every day, where you carry 45 pounds of extra mental weight on your mental back. It's the repetition of this kind of negative feeling of the past that you carry into the present that makes it chronic frustration that I'm opposed to, and that you can turn your back on these negative feelings by concentrating on the past only if you remember the confidence of the past. You live in the present now, N-O-W. And you also learn the art of relaxation, which is the fifth important lesson of psycho-cybernetics.
How do you relax with confidence so you can achieve success?
You can program success like a computer is programmed. And you do that by forgetting your past failures, refusing to permit negative feelings of yesterday to dominate your chances for success today. Instead, you concentrate on your successes, on the confidence of past successes that you use in the present. You improve your self-image when you learn the important aspect of relaxation. One, you forgive others with no strings attached. Two, you forgive yourself. Three, you see yourself at your best as a person of confidence. Four, you learn to keep up with yourself, not with someone else. The sixth lesson teaches you the power of beliefs. Now, these beliefs can be either true or false, but if you believe them, you'll act that part. Beliefs become habits, and habits are nothing more than self-hypnosis, just like you learn to brush your teeth. The important aspect of the sixth lesson is that you learn to dehypnotize yourself from negative beliefs as Anna did. You learn to live happily and successfully. There are 3 8-hour periods to a day. 8 hours for work, 8 hours for relaxation, and 8 hours for sleep. And those 8-hour periods, those middle 8-hour periods, are very vital to you. You are a king or a queen during those 8 hours. Who asked you to bring the troubles of your office into your home? Who asked you to bring the troubles of your home into your office? During those middle 8-hour periods, you learn to improve your self-image by concentrating on your success, and you make your image grow as tall as you want it to be. Which brings us to the 7th lesson, the quest for happiness. Believe it or not, happiness is a habit.
You mean unhappiness is a habit too?
It's just as much a habit as happiness, and it's just as easy to be happy as unhappy. You must learn that happiness belongs to you, like your eyes, like your heart, like your pulse. You reach for it. But when you reach for it, you must remember that you must not step on other people's toes, and what's equally important, you must not step on your own toes with negative feelings. Regardless of your age, regardless of your calling, regardless of your training, experience, or education, one thing common to every human being is the desire to be happy. The 8th lesson or step in creative psycho-cybernetics teaches you the various phases of the success mechanism, which will make your image grow as tall as you want it to be. S-U-C-C-E-S-S. That spells success. S, a sense of direction, your goal. U, understanding, where you understand your needs and the needs of other people. C, courage. C, compassion. E, esteem, self-respect. S, self-acceptance, that you are somebody even though you've made a mistake, you rise above it. And finally, S, self-confidence. These are the 7 aspects of success that will make your image grow as tall as you want it to be. The 9th lesson in creative psycho-cybernetics teaches you about the failure mechanism which scars your self-image, and you learn about it only to realize the enemy within you in order to avoid it. F-A-I-L-U-R-E, which spells failure. F, frustration, which brings A, aggressiveness of the wrong kind, which brings I, insecurity, which brings L, loneliness, the great scourge of mankind, which brings U, uncertainty, which brings R, resentment, which brings E, emptiness, which makes you walk away from life, from reality. You remember F-A-I-L-U-R-E in order to avoid it and concentrate on the success mechanism within you.